actually love tours. They're an interactive, fun way to learn about a topic. And Chicago has so many unique tours that you can't find anywhere else. So let me take you on a few of my favorites. Hey, Kevin!
Hey!
Nice to see you. Thank you so much for doing this VIP tour, because I know you usually do this in the bus, but today we're going to do it in my Ford EcoSport. Devil in the White City is a tour put on by Weird Chicago, and it's a story of really the World Fair meets H.H. Holmes.
The World's Fair itself was really a coming together of nations to display the science and industry, technology, things that they had come up with, inventions, and just innovations in general. And the dark history of it is H.H. Holmes.
So what's our first location?
Our first location is going to be the Congress Plaza Hotel.
I'd love to go there and hear a little bit more about the World's Fair and H.H. Holmes.
Let's go.
Okay, buckle in. This is our first stop.
Yes, welcome to the Congress Plaza Hotel. And this was built in 1893 for the purposes of the World's Fair. We knew that there were going to be millions of people coming into the city, so we needed to accommodate all those people.
I get excited about this. I'm thinking about being at the World's Fair and all this innovation, but then the story starts taking a very dark turn.
They may have bumped into someone in the lobby. Offers them the perfect scenario where I have a hotel and it won't cost you much money. You can come stay with me. Actually, a short train ride from the World's Fair.
H.H. Holmes basically was trolling around at the bottom of this hotel when it was built, looking for women in particular as victims. Yikes. Well, on that positive note, should we go to the next location?
Sure thing.
Okay. When you're learning about things, it's one thing to read it in a book, but it's a completely different experience to actually go to these locations and feel like you are part of the actual story.
We are at the corner of 63rd and Wallace in Inglewood. This is where H.H. Holmes had his hotel. And it was there that Holmes carried out some of his most horrific crimes, as he was the only one that knew the layout of his hotel. The hotel would later become known as the Murder Castle once the details of his crimes came out.
Ugh, that is pure evil. Holmes creates this hotel with just the most evil, horrible things. Like he turns the rooms into gas chambers, and in the basement there's things like dissection tables. This is not my cup of tea. Let's get in the car. This place is creeping me out. Okay, we'll go to the next one. How did the story end?
He did get caught, oddly enough, for all things insurance fraud.
Bloody killer, and he ends up getting caught on insurance fraud.
Insurance fraud.
Now, who's this lady?
This is a replica of what was the Statue of the Republic, or Golden Lady. It was there to sort of symbolize liberty and something beautiful to see once you got into the lagoon. As a matter of fact, if you arrived by boat, you would come underneath an arch, and one of the first things you would see is the Court of Honors and the Golden Lady.
It's a much bigger impact to actually be standing at the location where the World's Fair is happening.
The lady herself is about 24 feet high. The original Golden Lady was 65.
Oh my gosh, you've really gotten me so interested in even the history of the World Fair, and unfortunately I do find H.H. Holmes very interesting too after you tell me all this story. Very dark, but also a very interesting part of Chicago history. This is quite a prideful moment, and taking a tour where you don't think it's all like sing-song roses and sugar, and you actually see that there is truly crime happening in this up-and-coming city. I think it's important to know where we come from.